Hello. I'd like to invite you back to my childhood in the early 1960s, and I had a few much loved toys. Of course, I had the yellow submarine, but I also had a little Batmobile, and I had some really old records. And one of the old records was a record produced, well, which apparently had the fellow who played Boy Wonder. Now I can't remember his name. What was his name? Burt Ward. Burt Ward. If you remember the old film, which I remember seeing in the cinema with Burt Ward and Adam West. And Burt Ward made this record, and it started off with "Boy Wonder, I love you," and then Burt Ward was reading out a letter, and in the letter he said he read out, "I like you so much, you sensational person. I want to spend the summer with you. I hope you know that this is a girl writing," says Burt Ward, reading this letter. Anyway, that's one of those things which is etched on my mind a little bit like I'm a little teapot, short and stout, here's my handle, here's my spout. The stuff which is fixed, and the teddy bear's picnic. If you go down to the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. These are the things which are etched into our childhood. So I was very interested when Batman returned to the cinemas when was it, the 1990s. And I wasn't a great fan of the early Tim Burton films, but I loved the Joel Schumacher films with these crazy pink, purple and sort of neon sets by Barbara Ling. And if you remember, there was the third in the series was called Batman and Robin, and Batman was played by Val Kilmer, and Robin was played by a fellow called Chris O'Dowd, who I then oddly met in Oxford while he was filming a film with Richard Attenborough, and I think he was playing the part of Hemingway. He was so charming, and so much not the Hollywood star. He was just delightful. Anyway, I loved the Batman and Robin and the Batman Forever. Those two films. I thought they were spectacularly designed. They felt to me like a creation by Milo Manara, that Italian comic book writer, designer, or even going again right back into my childhood, some of those illustrations from World of Wonder and Look and Learn by Roger Payne. So it came as no great surprise to me to read the other day that the boy wonder, Robin, has now decided that he's bisexual. Well, I mean, it's taken his time, because I also remember I had some really old copies of Batman magazines, which sadly I've no longer got, because I'm sure they would have fetched a very nice price. But I remember surely there was a scene where Batman and Robin were in bed together. The whole thing was loaded with homoerotic content. Even if it wasn't fully acknowledged in the 1950s and 1960s, it was definitely there. And then in that film, in the film with Chris O'Dowd, Robin was Robin was playing with the original name, which was Dick Grayson, and he was part of the Flying Graysons, these circus athletes. And his parents are killed, and Val Kilmer says, "I'll let you stay in my house." And then they're up against Jim Carrey, the Riddler, and Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face, and helped by Nicole Kidman, who plays Dr. Chase, who likes the circus in the first place. That's why they were there. And then, if you remember, the Boy Wonder also has another name. He's also called Jason Todd. That was his other alias. And then more recently, he's been called Tim Drake. And it's the Tim Drake version who is bisexual. And Tim Drake has a particular friend in this latest DC comic called Bernard. I suspect in American he'd be called Bernard. But I do think that's interesting because there have been so many rumours about Robin and Batman, and mistakes in the typography. I remember there was one page where I think introducing Robin, where he says Robin is an ally, but the writer probably hadn't given a big enough space between those two words, so lots and lots of question marks. It's so nice to have that finally resolved. Nothing new there. We all knew. It's like it's like somebody who comes out to their mother and say, "Yes, dear, we knew. It's very nice, anyway." Well, congratulations, Robin, Tim. Congratulations, and I hope you'll be very happy, living the truth and not living a lie any longer. Anyway, please do follow my site and do ring the bell and let me know your thoughts on Batman and Robin.